Hey everybody, welcome to Halfbeard's HUD's Heads Up. It's JRPG Day today on Halfbeard's HUD. Looking at all sorts of crazy anime nonsense. Starting off with Nosurge, Ode to an Unborn Star, put up by Koei Tecmo. It's part of the Artula Neko series, as well as, I think there's another JRPG it's also kind of part of. This game's weird. It's super weird. But I like it. It's kind of neat. So we're gonna jump into it. It is sci-fi JRPG we are on, so the plot's super weird. Earth was there, bad stuff happened on Earth, there was a divine empress, and she helped them all escape from Earth because the sun was exploding. She was going to use the sun's explodingness to make them escape Earth on a giant ship, but then something bad happened, and they were still able to escape on the ship, but then everyone was asleep, and then they all woke up, and stuff. And now there's two peoples, there's us in the city, we are the atheists of this weird... No, we're the Roman Catholics of this weird city in a spaceship, and then there's this other group of people that worship, like, fairies, and they're evil, and they're attacking us, and... Anime's confusing, you guys. That's kind of the plot. So, what's neat about this game is that it's, like the Artula Neko series, it's got some odd gameplay hooks based around kind of character relationships. The way... This game has an interesting system where it's not your standard party. The party at all times is two characters. You can see the top up there. Delta and Cass. Delta is your striker, your guardian character, and Cass is your... I think it's called a songsmith or whatever. Your mage, your glass cannon. And the guardian does all the attacking, and the glass cannon basically just charges up while the guardian defends them. It's an interesting system. It breaks kind of classic RPG combat down to its most simple fundamentals of protect the mage, and kind of exploits that in an interesting way. So we're gonna jump right into a little bit of combat, so I can show what that's like, and then we're gonna go jump into the other weird part of this game, because as I said, it's got some weird stuff when it comes to relationship building, in that your characters all kind of like... In that your two main characters kind of like can hang out in each other's minds, sort of, and do like... So you ever see the movie Interspace? It's like that, or like the Fantastic Journey. It's like that, but for psychology, and it's super weird. So we're just gonna wander around until a monster fight happens. It'll happen in a sec. Run in a circle. There we go. Monster fights. So, I'll pick a magic style. We're just gonna go with Quantum Nova, base magic. Doesn't really matter. And the fight, see in a second here, you can see that bar at the top, where it's all these blocks with the E's. Those are enemies. And an interesting twist, I have to defeat each of those blocks. And basically, I'm taking care of all the random encounters for this area in one encounter all at once, which is super neat. And then basically, I've got these... I said basically a lot, I don't mean to. I've got these abilities here, you can see them on the bottom, that correspond to buttons. Each does a different thing. I can do them basically once I run out of them, that's a turn. And my goal is basically to kind of kill guys quickly so that I don't end up letting the enemy attack. It's whatever. It's fucking weird, but it's cool. Hit that guy, and then... I'm attacking the wrong characters, that's what I'm doing. So you're kind of trying to... You need to try to be strategic. I'm not being strategic right now. I should be trying to be, but I'm not. In that you want to be, like, knocking characters into one another. Like, I've got this impulse skill in the triangle, which attacks a whole row. And then I've got this... My X button attack will knock a guy back. So the whole thing is trying to, like, knock guys so that they're beside each other. As well as so that you're defeating characters who are kind of in the right spots, the ones that are about to cast magic. And the other thing I could do is, now that she's built up, I've waited a little bit, my spellcaster's built up some magic, you can see on the bottom bar there. Press start, tell her to activate some magic, and she'll throw out some crazy bullshit. Destroy, like, half the enemies. Or, like, all the enemies. Like, most of them. Most of the time, it just ends the fight. That's the end of that. You get some levels and all, you know, basic stuff. I'm not 100% sure how all these systems work, but it's a very interesting, system, and it's completely different from, like, any other JRPG I've ever played. Which is what makes it neat. So, now to show the other thing in this game. The other super weird thing. This is where it kind of becomes a visual novel, and don't let that scare you off. though it might, and it probably should. In that's how you power up your magic characters, is, as I said, by going into their mind. So we're going to go do that. Go into the bio shop and tell this guy, hey man, go stick me in my friend's head. And he will let me do that. He's going to charge money. I'm going to go into the mind world. And now I can go dive into people's heads. So I could explain all these systems. I'm not going to, because they're super fucking confusing. But basically, through bullshit, I'm able to... There are characters connected to my main spellcaster that can then help her out by me going into their head. So let's go into this character's head. Because why not? Why not? This is... And the way this will work is that by going into these characters' heads, we are basically experiencing a representation of their own thoughts. And it's really confusing. It's a representation of their own thoughts, and by talking to their thoughts, we are going to help them work out their problems. Again, it's like the Fantastic Journey working out body problems, but instead of body problems, it's mental problems, which is nuts. Also, there's this character. I don't even know. I don't fucking know, guys. Entered in world, blah blah blah. Stuff's going on. I don't care about all this tutorial stuff, so we're gonna just blow right past that. And our goal is to go around. Let's go see what's up here. So to do stuff, we gotta spend some dive points. I don't remember how you earn dive points. I think they come from combat. And we're going to do some story business. I'm looking to find another one of these things. In dialogue, they do this cool thing where, if I can find the right term, if there's weird story-specific terms, they'll highlight them in pink, and then you can actually just like bring up a definition of it. What game was it? Golden Sun, Dark Dawn? Was that the name of the DS, Golden Sun? I think it was. Anyways, that game did that as well, and it's really cool. Alright, so now there's more. You're gonna get a lot of very anime character dialogue. It's a very, like, anime kind of game. There's some pretty decent, like, characterization, and there's, they have there's some good writing here. Every now and again. When I say good, I mean, like, it's funny and it's not annoying and torturous. This is not a literary masterpiece. Don't get me wrong. But it's bearable. But at the same time, if you don't have a taste for crazy anime bullshit, you might not be interested. Oh yeah, so you'll come to these points within these where you've got to pick a decision. And as you can see on the thing up there, they will impact your main spellcaster's personality, making them more sadistic or masochistic or more outverted or introverted. Outgoing or introverted, I think is what the O and I stand for. And that will power up different magics. Yes, it's confusing. No, I can't really explain why it matters, but whatever. Let's say I want to be the very best, the best there ever was, something Pokemon. Great. What's gonna happen now? Spreader Philosophy of Love. I don't know what's going on now. I skipped through all that dialogue. And, oh shit! So that pink term was one I could have looked at. Let's see if we can't wait for another one. I really don't know what's going on. Did I just get kicked out? Weird. Alright, well, yeah, so that's how that stuff works. There's a weird visual novel inside their heads. You go in there, power stuff up. So the other thing you'll get out of that, I'm going to show this now. And this part's weird. So, this game's got kind of a weird sexual undercurrent to it, where they treat the going into people's heads as like a really close personal experience, because it would be, but they also treat it like it is a close personal experience in a lewd fashion, I guess. And the thing that's attached to that then is doing this part, which after you go inside people's heads, you'll get these crystals, which I will show you in the menu here. I should have them somewhere. Maybe it's in status. I think it's in status. Crystal display. Here we go. You get these crystals, right? And that will give you bonuses for both characters that you can then use to kind of power them up and give you kind of extra abilities. But you've got to equip them, and to equip them, you need to go to this purification spring. And this part's kind of cool, also weirdly sexual. First of all, everyone's got to get in their underpants, because anime. And then we can begin the purification, at which point we'll, go on there, and I can replace crystals in slots to give them more power-ups. But at the start, you only have a couple of slots. This is kind of weird, so I'm going to get off that screen. You only have a couple of slots you can actually put stuff in. And this is where it actually becomes kind of interesting and not creepy, is the way that you add more slots and open kind of, in the game's own terms, open the characters up to one another. You talk to one another. As you wander around the game, you'll find weird bullshit. And I don't mean like, oh, it's some magical, legendary thing. I mean like, hey, that guy's got a funny hat. We should talk about that. And then you guys will talk about, man, that guy had a funny hat. Like small talk, just sitting here, like a real couple would do, just kind of chatting and understanding that's how life works. Life is about the small bullshit. We're talking about this all Hail the Royal Road, and they're gonna have a weird little conversation. Oh, here we go. So if I press select, as you can see, it tells me what this is all about. That's neat. Yeah, and we're gonna have this stupid little conversation, talk about stuff in the lore, open ourselves up to one another as people by dealing with each other and learning about each other, and then that will increase our ability to, do the weird stuff to each other that I don't feel comfortable talking about. And I'm gonna skip past the rest of that. But yeah, that's what that is. It's kind of a neat mechanic. Like, it is a genuinely kind of interesting way to approach that. And while I don't have, in the span of this video, the time to really get into kind of how, nicely written that is, again, it's good. It's very casual. It's very small talk. It doesn't feel like it's going for this ridiculously obtuse, overt attempt at relationships where, oh, it's all true love and we all must strive together. None of that crap. It feels very, on the level, which I like. It feels surprisingly natural, even though it's in this weird JRPG fantasy setting. And that's fucking cool. Let's go on to the actual game. Let's go play more of the combat. Get away from this crazy visual novel nonsense. and hit some more dudes in a line. Because that stuff's interesting. Go see some story business. We're taking this character, we're going to the enemy HQ, we're trying to steal, special... So, in this game, it seems like songs and computer programs are the same thing, and we're trying to get a special new song that will allow us to stop robots that are attacking our city. Again, it's complicated anime nonsense. I can't explain it. You have to play through the game yourself. A half-hour video is not going to tell you what you need to know here. Alright. I want to skip past this dialogue. Oh, this is going to be them telling us... Are you... I think she's going to be like, this is how we do synthesis. No, there's already a synthesis shop. Maybe something else. I don't know. Dialogue. Yeah, it's a synthesis shop. There's synthesis in this game. It's what you expect. You'll combine items together to make other items. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Here, I will show you. I buy. I can buy some items. Yay, and I think there should be a way to synthesize as well. I don't know why it's not letting me. But whatever, I don't really care. I could have bought some items, but I'm not going to. I really don't mind. Move past this dialogue. You can read this all on your own. I was saying the recipe. Yeah, so the recipes are all weird thoughts and they'll turn into stuff. I don't know. Again, this game has been confusing so far. As all these JRPGs kind of tend to be. There we go. This is what I wanted to show. So she gave us a recipe. Recipes, I guess, are specific to shops. And then if I have the right stuff, like I do for this, I can combine it, make a thing, and then they'll do a weird little dance. This, so far, has happened every time I've done synthesis. Because, of course it does. Because why wouldn't it? This is how you combine things in the real world, too. There's a dance involved and anime lights. Factories are magical places. And now I've got this piece of trash. Homemade cathode. Oh. So yeah, I've got this thing now. And I actually made that for a reason, because the equipment in this game is weird, and this is how I'm going to show it. In that you don't have, like, standard equipment. Oh, they're going to talk some more, aren't they? Yes, they are! Shut up about talking! I just want to equip the thing! They will shut up eventually. I can mash this X button super fast! No one can stop my mashing! Oh my god, we're in the enemy stronghold, stop talking! It's a really delayed reaction there. Nerves of a slug, that guy. Oh, shut up. I'm trying to show people gameplay systems. There we go. So, equipment in this game's weird. You're not actually equipping, like, stuff. You're reinforcing things instead by equipping new things onto it. So, for example, on each of these, I can put on special things. As you can see, by putting it into there, it increases my attributes of those skills. So, I think square is my break attack, the one I use the most. So we'll put this on there as well. It gives me some continuous damage. Which, stuff, I don't know what that means specifically, but whatever. Similarly, I'll find stuff for that where I can put it onto her spell magic. I can find these special boards, these RNA boards, that I can equip on both of them. Do I not have one for her? I don't. Weird. And you'll find costumes as well. You can equip on them. And, yeah. Alright. Let's go do more fighting. What am I trying to do again? I am trying to go to here. Let's say here. I think this is where I'm going. To the cathedral. That seems like probably the place I want to go. I'm assuming. Yep, here's more story. She's like the leader of this evil church or something. And we're going to continue to skip past all this dialogue. I know I should be showing some of the story, but the story here is confusing. And, like, it's hard to really explain what the hell's going on with it. Oh, yeah. So, the deal with this character here is, the one with the pink hair, is she is kind of the child of those of the two on the left, because their thoughts commingled while they were sleeping, and she's like a magic dream baby. Or something. I don't know, it was really confusing when they tried to explain it when it happens. Oh, this game baffles me. Again, I think it's got some really cool ideas. I really like the way it's portrayed relationships so far, because it's so non-standard for JRPGs. It's always normally, like, you know, super over-the-top in JRPGs. It's fairly down-to-earth in this, which I like. And the combat system's super weird, even if we've only gotten to see one fight. And it's interesting. But man, is there a lot of pretense. It is heaping with pretense, and backstory, and lore. Which, to a point, great, but at the same time, it can be a little much. Alright, she joined the party, but what is that? Yeah, she's in companions, which means she doesn't actually do anything. I like that I just had that cutscene, and then it took me out of a cutscene, so I could move a step in. Oh no, alright, I thought it was going to move me into another cutscene. It was telling me to go away. Oh, but there's a save point. Let's save, I guess. No reason not to. Oh. Wait for it. I feel like my PS3 should be saving faster than this. Oh, I don't know where I'm going specifically. Oh, maybe, no. I really don't know where I'm going. I thought I was supposed to be going to this place. Let's go back to the world map. Maybe there's a thing I missed. Oh, now I can just go into this for some reason. That's weird. Alright, fine, whatever. I don't know. The world, again, things have not been opening up in a way that makes any sense. Oh, this is clearly the right way because, hey, cutscene. Oh, alright, they're gonna continue to do talky talks. Oh, hold on, what's going on? When you're in trouble, activate a program that... Oh, okay, so now I can get them in fighting. In combat. That seems kind of interesting. You can now use friend skills during combat. That sounds kind of interesting. Explain to me how that works, video game. Friend skills are support attacks or skills that can be activated regardless of where the friend is. You press the button. Yeah, I find it weird that to like activate anything, you've got to go in it. You got to press start. But whatever. We will test that out in the next fight. Talk to your friends after a major turning point. They might just offer to support you. So talk to story characters after important things, and they might be like, "Hey, I'm a summon now. Go do the thing." And then we'll go do the thing. I really would like to fight another enemy so we could, you know, show that kind of stuff off. Oh, good. We're at a point where we'll actually fight an enemy. Pick up this item. And then run around in a circle till the enemy shows up. There we go. I actually like the fact that the way all that works, because it's very clear when enemies are going to show up. And the enemies are... And then you fight all the enemies for that entire thing. So, this song magic, you see it's got a character associated with it. That is an aspect of her personality that I dealt with in the other world. In her head. And freed so that she could then use it as song magic in this world. And no, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's check out this friend skill bullshit. Saber Patriot hacks into Soriel's defense mechanisms, access fire controls, carp bomb the shit out of these guys. Oh wow, this full-on anime summon. Is it only... It looks like it only does that box, though. That's the difference. Huh, that's interesting. Let's hit dudes. Yeah, combat's fast. Like, you'll notice, it moves at a clip. You'll basically attack as fast as you can press the button, and if you move the D-pad while you're doing it, you will quickly, like, switch targets. It's actually pretty smart. I think guys are moving around as I'm attacking, too. If you're wondering when the enemy turn is, the best answer to that question is, I don't know. It might be at a point where I'm not seeing it. I think if you don't attack enough dudes fast enough, the enemy gets to attack, but I can't... I'm not sure if that's the case, really. I've more or less just been mashing, and that seems to do the job. And now we'll do song magic.
Gonna give you everything I've got.
Seems like every song magic has a song associated with it. A lot of music in this game. Music's not bad either. Like, I'm not stuff I would listen to normally, but like for JRPG music, it's pretty good. I got some Power Sonic 100s. I don't know what that is either. Oh yeah, there's also talk all the time. You'll see they'll have little discussions as you kind of switch the character portraits around. They'll go on about stuff. Oh, this looks like the way to go. Let's go find a boss. That's what I want to see. Let's go find a boss.
Look! Over here!
Drink my coffee while this anime nonsense goes on.
Your ears short?
Good work, Prim.
Alright.
Unfortunately, is there any... Probably not for us. We'd have to...
Song of Vows, eh?
For word with no... These kind of locks are impossible. Nothing...
Oh, so we gotta go back, eh? Alright. That was a lot of traveling to just tell me to go the fuck back. Ugh. Alright, let's go through here. See where this takes me. I don't know what Kurt Himmel is. I don't know where I am. We're gonna go up this way, though, and this'll maybe take me to where I'm supposed to go. Getting more boards. I'm not even gonna bother saving. Nope, apparently this isn't where I'm supposed to go. Find the safe, go find the world map. A quick out to world map option might be nice. Oh, I kind of want to find a boss. I've shown all sorts of story stuff, even though I've X'd through most of it. Again, because it's, like, this crap is complicated and weird, even if you have played up to this point. But at the same time, I don't want to spend a half hour listening to anime characters talk. I don't think anybody else wants to see that, even if you're into this genre, because you probably want to experience that on your own, see what the, get the story for yourself. So whatever. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to go. I don't know why. Go get her to do a thing for me, because I need that special song. If you say go, god damn it. All right. Yeah, I am at a loss for what to do then. They're like, oh, we need a thing. We need special song magic, and I'm like, all right. That's the place where I know to get it, but apparently not. Maybe I've got to do more in the Mind World stuff. I don't know. Whatever. We'll call it here. This has been Nosurge, Ode to an Unborn Star. It's confusing as shit. Even for a JRPG, because there's a lot of pretense and a lot of like specific terms and all sorts of weird crap to it. But it's interesting. It has a lot of interesting mechanics. It has a lot of interesting ideas about writing and story presentation, and I appreciate for that. I think if you are not a JRPG fan, you probably won't be into it. You probably won't get really deep into this and really enjoy it. But if you are a big JRPG fan, this is going to be one of the ones you're probably going to be more into, more interested in it. So I recommend it on those merits for sure. Definitely worth taking a peek at anyways. It's available on PSN. It might be on disc as well, I'm not sure. But it's for the PS3, and it is, I'm going to say $49.99, but I might be wrong. $49.99 sounds like the price it probably is. So, as always, I've been your host, Halfbeard, and we're out. Later, guys.